And we are back. Pokemon Fire Red, Hardcore Nuzlocke, only using Bug-type Pokemon for this run. So the first bug we can catch is in Route 2, and it's going to be the Caterpie here. We're going to go with the Bug's Life nicknames, and let's see if we can get past Brock with his Rock-type Pokemon. It's not going to be easy, but I think we can do it. Our second team member is going to be found in Viridian Forest. It's going to be the Weedle here, so we're going to have the Caterpie. We're going to have the Weedle, so it's going to be a 2v2 against Brock. All right, so after going to the drawing board on how we're going to defeat Brock, as one Rock Tomb is definitely going to kill Butterfree, and potentially two Rock Tombs will kill Beedrill. And on top of that, we don't really have a great way to hit them offensively either, so we're really going to have to lean into this strategy. We're going to paralyze the Geodude, and then flick here, our Butterfree is going to get 6 hardens. We're going to get that defense all the way up. So the only issue, the only obstacle we're going to face here is a critical hit Rock Tomb, because other than that, Brock really has nothing against this strategy. So if we get crit, it is all over. We're probably going to wipe and we're going to have to reset. But if we don't, we're going to walk out of here with the first gym badge as the Geodude continues to rain down tackles here. Geodude thankfully does not have Rock Tomb, only Onix does, which is really huge. So the paralysis is down, the confusion is here, we 2-tap, and now Butterfree is primed and ready with a +6 defense going against the Rock Snake himself. And on top of that, we learn Sleep Powder upon level up, so we're going to have that in the back pocket as well. So with Compound Eyes, Butterfree Sleep Powder is a roughly 97%, but we go straight for the confusion. We don't need to put the Onix to sleep. We are risking the crit. We don't even care. The 24 HP holds on. Flick drops back, holds on to a tackle as well. Only 2 damage off the top with the Harden. The confusion comes down. Onix is struggling. Does Onix hurt himself? And yes, he does. And we take the first gym badge. A little bit risky, but I will take it. And that leads us to Mount Moon, where we find our third team member waiting for us. It's Paris, it's raining, it's the city of love, it's the tiny little bug here. And Paris actually gets access to Spore, which is the God mode version of Sleep Powder, as it does not miss. So we will take it. Gotta watch out for that 4 times weakness in fire and flying, but that is 3 members on the team. It is at this point in the run where I think of myself more highly than I should, as I tend to do, and Staryu comes down. We send out Flick the Butterfree, leveled up all the way to the top so we can get that level 22 upon beating the star. So here we go. We got the Sleep Powder down. We have our, we have our Beedrill in the back, and as you saw there, I completely neglected Paris. I was like, bro, I don't want to switch train you. I don't need you, and you're going to find out real quick that that is going to be the bane of my existence. As we get a fadeaway critical hit, the Twin Needle comes down and Staryu drops. No problem there. We get the level up on both of our starting Pokemon here, our third evolutions of the starting bugs here, and the Water Pulse comes down, and unfortunately Starmie gets confusion, and somebody didn't give our single person berry to the Beedrill, so now we are absolutely on the back foot. We potentially die to a Water Pulse. We're definitely dead to crit, and if we hurt ourselves in confusion, we die there as well. So we're going to go all in on the swap here to Butterfree. Flick comes down, tanks the Water Pulse on the swap, does a little bit better than the Beedrill. Another Water Pulse comes down, though we're not faster, and we get fadeaway crit. Butterfree goes down, and the negligence, the absolute negligence, as Starmie completely flexes. We hold on to a Water Pulse, we get a monstrous Twin Needle, and it's a 2-tap, and we fade away, but we lose Butterfree. And because we can only get 5 or 6 Pokemon in the entire run, I do believe we just reset from here. All right, so I end up just resetting. I didn't want to live in a world where Butterfree didn't exist anymore. So our second attempt here, we go for one of my favorite nicknaming themes in the towns and cities of the environment or the region that you are in, and Cerulean pops off here. Butterfree doing absolute work. We have the same strategy against Brock here. We take down the Geodude, we have the maxed out defense, the Onix comes down, and the Rock Tomb crits through the Harden, and that means Onix is hungry for more. Another Rock Tomb comes down, and our team is absolutely annihilated. On to the third attempt. And that means it's time for our third attempt, our third try against Brock. This time we have Hell's Paradise nicknames, one of my favorite animes that is coming out this year. It is such a good show. I'm so invested. So Yuzu is popping off. We get the Sleep Powder. We've been here before. This feels like deja vu. The Geodude goes down, and this time we're going to play it a little bit safer. We get the Sleep Powder down, just giving us a little bit more time. And that way, if Onix can't use Rock Tomb, then it definitely can't can't crit us. But as you can see, our special attack isn't quite as good as the other attempts, but no problem. Onix is sleeping on the job, and Yuzu takes it all. We beat Brock, and the third attempt is officially underway. So we make our way back to Misty, and we have learned from our mistakes. The Staryu comes down, and we have Butterfree ready to go. We get the sleep powder. Staryu is going to be a means to an end as she is sleeping on the job now. We can lay down a confusion. We can swap in. It really just depends what we want to do. But the Staryu wakes up after one turn here, gets a nice water pulse down, so we drop back for another sleep powder. And again, the compound eyes basically making sleep powder have 100% accuracy, which is absolutely glorious. We're really going to lean into that throughout this run. As we swap into Sagiri, we get a focus energy down, raising our critical hit chance. On top of that, Staryu uses recover, so we didn't have to risk the confusion from water pulse. We get a monstrous crit on Twin Needle, and since Twin Needle hits twice, it raises that critical chance each time for each attack, which is beautiful. Sagiri gets to level 22 upon swapping in. Upon taking down the Staryu, the Starmie drops back with a water pulse. Thankfully, no confusion comes down. We get 2 Twin Needle procs in, no critical hit, which is fine though, because Misty goes in for the super potion, giving us another chance to rinse repeat with the Twin Needles. We drop back, no critical hits once again, so we're gonna have to tank this water pulse off the top. It doesn't crit, it doesn't confuse, and we take down Misty. That is 2 gym badges, bugs only. Let's go. Alrighty, with our 3 team members left, do we have what it takes to take on Lieutenant Surge and his electric-type Pokemon? The Voltorb comes down. Yui has upgraded into the Parasect and learns Dig, so we are in prime position to take down this third gym battle here. We drop back with a Dig, and Voltorb is deleted. Now, it did land a Screech before taking out the Pokeball here, so that might come back to haunt us as the Pikachu leans into the double team strats, trying to evade our digs. Parasect drops back underground, dodging the Thunder Wave, and comes back up with a monstrous dig, sees through the evasion, and takes down the cute mascot. That leads us to the ace, the big, formidable, level 24 Raichu, also leaning into the double team Daydream as we drop back with another dig, dodging yet another Thunder Wave, come up from underground into a monstrous dig, leaving Raichu with about 5 HP to its same super potion comes down, and we potentially overcome that deficit, but we lean into a poison powder to potentially tick away while we're leaning into those digs, and we miss 2 poison powders. We miss 3 poison powders. We are paralyzed. We're going to go back for another dig, risking it all. Another double team comes down. We are paralyzed and cannot move, and this fight is slipping through our fingers as we speak. Another double team comes down, and Raichu is completely evading. Another double team comes down, and Raichu's evasion is through the roof, but we see through it with a dig, and we fade away on the chubby Raichu. Let's go. 3 gym badges down. That was really scary, but we made it through. We've made it to the 4th gym against Erica and a grass-type Pokemon. We drop back with a Sleep Power. Yuzu doing amazing work here. And given Victreebel's poison typing, this confusion is going to do double damage, get into a nice space there, about 50% HP off the top. We drop back with another confusion, and Victreebel holds on in the red, however, is still confused. And does Victreebel hurt herself? And she does not. Instead, she wakes up, sees through the confusion, and then paralyzes us. Unfortunate stuff. On top of that, Erica gets a Hyper Potion down, and the Victreebel continues to live on, but we land another Sleep Powder here, and it might be more beneficial to swap into another Pokemon because of that paralysis, but we are here in this moment, and Butterfree is trudging forward here. The Gust does about half of confusion, but we were just checking, given that special and physical damage split. We drop back with another confusion, and thankfully Victreebel is out of range, and we break through the paralysis and take down the Victreebel. Beautiful stuff. That still leaves 2 Pokemon on Erica's side of things, and she chooses to go with her Tangela, looking all kinds of frizzled with that pasta coming in hot here. The Giga Drain does absolutely no damage, and we drop back with a Hyper Beam. We are absolutely trolling with a Hyper Beam. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but Butterfree completely flexing as an Ingrain comes down. We recharge, and now we are just going to swap into our Sagiri here. Our Beedrill tank the Giga Drain upon swapping in, does hardly any damage as we 4 times resist most of these grass type moves here with all of our Pokemon. The Twin Needle comes down. It is stab super effective with that bug typing, and it is a fadeaway crit as well. That might not have even been a crit. I don't even know, but the Vileplume comes down. We drop back with another Twin Needle. Sagiri feeling it here, and the Vileplume eats that up for breakfast. The Stun Spore comes down. We are now paralyzed, but thankfully we do have the Cherry Berry on the Bumblebee. We drop back with a Secret Power going for that potential paralysis, and we get the roll. We absolutely do. However, the Vileplume comes in with another paralysis given from that Stun Spore, and Erica leans into a full heal here, but we drop back with a Twin Needle, and it's almost enough to put down the Plume of Vile as the acid comes in. We tank that no problem, and one more Twin Needle does the job. We get that 4th gym badge, and the run continues. And that means next on the docket is going to be Giovanni here, leading Team Rocket. We sneak into the hideout, and he sends out his Onix first. We answer with the Parasect here, the grass bug typing. We tank the bind, no problem. We drop back with a Bullet Seed. It is special attack damage, and Onix stands no chance as we fade away with the second proc of that Bullet Seed. Yui popping off here. The Rhyhorn comes down and is also 4 times weak to the grass typing. 2 Bullet Seeds is not going to do it. We're going to need that third as Rhyhorn responds with a Tail Whip. We are shaking in our boots, but the bugs do not fear. The bugs do not fear the Rhyhorn, and she drops on the next turn here. Kangaskhan comes in, the ace, and she's rocking a normal typing, gets a flinch off of the bite, moves in for the tail whip. Look at that tiny little tiny little kangaroo in the pouch as the spore comes down. Now we have access to one of the best utility moves ever, and now we can swap into Sagiri, who has much better chance on the offensive side here as we have Brick Break lined up. It is super effective, doing about 150 power each time, but Kangaskhan eats that pretty well. The kangaroo doing work as we get a critical hit with the Twin Needle, and that is in prime position for another Brick Break as a Tail Whip comes down, dropping Beedrill's defense, but we should be just fine here. We drop back with one more Brick Break, and it is enough. Giovanni is defeated, and these 3 bugs are doing absolute work. That leads us to one of the more difficult fights in the entire run here, and it's going to be our rival in Silph Co. He sends out his Pidgeot at level 37. We answer with Yuzu with the Sleep Powder. Beautiful stuff here, starting us off. Now, Pidgeot does have Keen Eye, so we have to watch out for that. We can't do any accuracy debuff strats. The Psybeam comes down. We upgraded from the Confusion, looking pretty good there. Going to be looking out for that Psychic to upgrade the Psybeam in the future. Pidgeot tanking these, no problem, but we are just chipping away absolutely, and Pidgeot is still sleeping on the job, floating in mid-air, but getting some Z's, and Pidgeot goes down, doesn't even know what hit him. The Growlithe is here, thankfully not an Arcanine yet, or an Arcanine, depending on how you want to pronounce that. The Growlithe falls asleep here. We stand in front of a fire type, but we do not fear, and we drop back with another Psybeam here. Yuzu doing absolute work. Our pseudo starter, we drop back with another Psybeam. Do we get a fadeaway crit? And no, we don't. Growlithe holds on with red. Does our rival heal? And he does not. So one more Psybeam will do the trick, and Butterfree is flying high. The Gyarados comes down, and on top of that, Butterfree tanks both Intimidates this time and gets another Sleep Powder down. Compound Eyes doing work in this run, making that Sleep Powder almost 100% accuracy as we get the Gust down as well, doing monstrous damage to the Gyarados. I'm just kidding. We do a little bit of chip off the top. Gyarados wakes up. We get another Sleep Powder in there, and the Sea Leviathan falls asleep, and I do believe it is time to swap into somebody who can deal with him on a better level. So we get Sagiri in there. She's ready to go, and she tanks the bite, no problem. We drop back with a Secret Power leaning into that Paralysis play one more time, but the Dragon Rage is here doing 40 damage off the top, and we are kind of on a timer now, so we're really going to need a crit. Maybe a Paralysis just to blitz down the Gyarados, and another Dragon Rage comes down, and this makes the fight very interesting as we're going to have to swap into our Parasect now. Yui gets out there, is going to have to tank a Dragon Rage upon the swap, so we're already down 40 HP, but we need to drop back with a Spore as another Dragon Rage comes down, and we are absolutely dead to one more. So if Gyarados wakes up, we are in trouble. Thankfully, fast asleep for this turn. We drop back with a Slash. It doesn't kill, and now we can roll it all, or we can swap back into Yuzu and potentially fade away on the Sea Leviathan, but the fight is not over as another Dragon Rage comes down. This Gyarados is an absolute problem. We drop back with one more Psybeam, and thankfully it is enough to take down the big beefy Sea Leviathan. Alakazam comes down, and we are in a very tenuous situation here. The Calm Mind buff for Reprieve as the special attack and special defense goes up, but thankfully we sneak in a Sleep Powder, so now this is a very tipsy situation. We are going to risk it all, potentially getting Sagiri in there for a one-shot with the Twin Needle, but if Alakazam wakes up, we lose everything. Not just the run, but our dignity as well. As a Stab Twin Needle comes down, it is super effective. We don't even need 2 times there, and we take down the Wizard. And now we got one more Pokemon in the big Venusaur, but we have 3 bleeding out bugs. What can we do here? We pivot into the Sleep Powder, and we absolutely sidestep as Venusaur does not have Compound Eyes. We put the big beefy starter to sleep, and now Venusaur is taking a nap on the job. We have a super effective Psybeam lined up. It's going to be a 3, potentially a 4 shot, but the Confusion comes down, giving us a little bit of breathing room there as another Psybeam comes down, and Venusaur is in prime position here. Does Venusaur hurt himself? And no, he does not. He fades in with a 4 times, not very effective Razor Leaf, so we are looking good there. One more Psybeam comes in. It's not enough, so Venusaur gets another turn. Does the Confusion put him down? And yes, he does. Our rival's ace puts himself down. Yuzu walks out with the team intact, and we are looking fantastic. It's time to take on Giovanni one more time at the top of Silph Co. We got the Nidorino out here, but we get Poison right off the bat, which is not great. So we are on a timer as far as our Butterfly goes. Rhyhorn comes down. We are looking very vulnerable now. So we're going to pivot into Yui, our Parasect here. Going to get the dig, potentially one-shotting from that range, and we do not. Rhyhorn holds on, but we take down the Rhino, no problem here. We get a Spore in there. The Tail Whip does come down. We got to watch out for that. The Dig is here. We get poisoned, but the Shed Skin is absolutely beautiful. We drop out with another Dig, no problem there, and we get absolutely fadeaway crit by the Body Slam. I honestly don't even think we would have survived that without the Tail Whip. I just was not playing around the crit there, and we really, really needed to respect the Nidoqueen, but this is what happens almost every run. You get comfortable, you get a little bit complacent, and then you get absolutely punished. And we're just gonna have to take that. We absolutely are gonna have to take that. Thankfully, we still have a Sleep Powder / Spore user in Butterfree, so the run's not over with the fall of Parasect. But man, Yui, this one's for you as we get Kangaskhan into the red here, and Beedrill's going to drop back with one more Twin Needle and takes down the Kangaroo. Really tough stuff. That's going to be our first casualty, but we've got a couple encounters lined up right after this. We then run over to the game corner there and buy a Scyther with our coins instead of risking it in the Safari Zone. So now we're up to 3 team members. And after evolving that Scyther into a Scizor, one of my favorite Bug-type Pokemon, we go ahead and take on the 5th gym leader in Koga here. Sends out his poison types, leading with the Coughing, but we've got Yuzu lined up again with that signature Sleep Powder. Coughing is now asleep, and now we can swap into Gabimaru, our lead, our ace here. And Coughing wakes up, but it doesn't affect given that Steel typing. On top of that, Scizor can learn Swords Dance. So we've got some sweeps lined up in the back here. 2 Swords Dance comes down. However, the smoke screen is here, so we do have a potential to miss our attacks, which is going to be a little bit tipsy, but it's definitely something we can work through as another smoke screen comes down, which is absolutely ridiculous. We drop back with the slash, and it's a one-shot. It's going to be a one-shot every single time we use it. The Muck comes down, and as long as we connect through that accuracy debuff, we are 100% okay. The Muck falls, and that only leaves 2 Pokemon. Another Coughing comes down, but the Coughing dodges and piles on with another smoke screen. This accuracy battle is absolutely insane, but Gabimaru, do you believe? Can you see through the disguise? Can you see through the smoke? And right now he cannot, and he is really struggling, but there is another slash, and we break through. Coughing drops, and that only leaves the big chunky Weezing here, and we just need one. All we need is one. Wing attack misses. Weezing drops back with a monstrous tackle, does so much damage off the top as the wing attack comes in. It is stabbed, and it's a fadeaway crit. Koga is here, and Koga is gone. And that leads us to our final encounter for the run, and it's going to be the Venonat, a coveted encounter, one worthy of a Master Ball. And how about that 6th gym battle here in Sabrina and her Psychic-type Pokemon. Her Alakazam hits like a truck, but trucks don't hit hard when they are gone. The Kadabra comes down to lead this fight. We drop back with a Sleep Powder. It is the staple of the run at this point. Yuzu doing work. We're going to pivot into Gabimaru once again, get the Scizor out there, benefiting from that Steel typing as it makes the Psychic moves not very effective, as Kadabra goes in for a little bit of setup of his own as we lean into Swords Dance. So we've got 2 Calm Minds on Sabrina's side, and then we have 2 Swords Dance on our side. And will Kadabra win this game of chicken as a 3rd Calm Mind comes down? And unfortunately for Kadabra, it doesn't matter as we drop back with a slash. Gabimaru popping off right here. Venomoth comes down, and I don't believe any of Sabrina's Pokemon can live a +4 attack from this Scizor. Mr. Mime comes down. We outspeed and outdamage to the heavens here. That only leaves Alakazam, the ace, the one, the only, and he does outspeed, but he gets greedy for the Calm Mind, and that will be his final mistake as Slash comes down, puts down the Wizard, the double-spooned buffoon, if you will, and Sabrina forks over the 6 gym badge. We have lost our Parasect along the way. That is the only casualty so far. However, Butterfree is setting up for the Scizor sweep. We need to be faster, and we need to be stronger than the Arcanine when it comes down with the Intimidate. However, the 5th and final Fire Blast connects and kills our Butterfree in the process. It does open the door for Gabimaru to come in and sweep, but that only leaves 3 bugs to beat the 8th gym as well as the Elite Four, and I don't think we have what it takes. So I'm going to make the tough decision of calling it here for the 3rd attempt, resetting, and just playing a lot smarter, a lot better in the 4th attempt. So we will start that right now. All right, so as far as differences between the 3rd and current 4th attempt, really it's just the nicknames, which I'll explain in a second, and that Giovanni fight at the top of Silph Co. So this is where we lost our Parasect last time, and we just made sure to play it smarter, play it better, and now Parasect is going to be with us, as well as Venomoth, our Scizor, our Butterfree, and our Beedrill. So we have all 5 Pokemon intact, and we are looking great. As far as the nicknames, I just took well-known characters from shows that I have seen. So this is Bruno, the main character of 91 Days. We've got Sanai, one of the best female characters in a rom-com called Clan Ad, and so on and so forth. We got Petra in there from Attack on Titan. Some really good nicknames. Let's hope it's good enough to get us through to the end. All right, as far as the fight against Blaine, the one big addition we got was the Rain Dance. You can get it right outside Fuchsia City where Koga is. So we went ahead and taught Butterfree Rain Dance, making those Fire Blasts do half the damage and leading the Sleep Powder and Flashes just to be so much safer in this setup against Blaine. So the Fire Blast miss, and the ones that do connect, Bruno tanks no problem, is able to get another Sleep Powder down and just completely open the door for Sanai the Scizor to come in and sweep. Now we do have to risk one more Rain Dance potentially, just in case we miscounted and Growlithe still has the Fire Blast in there. And there it is. It was only 4 Fire Blasts. So now we are safe. Now we are good to go. And Sanai comes in, is going to get 1 agility just to make sure we outspeed the Arcanine. And then we're going to max out to +6 Sword Stance. We only need +5. However, that Intimidate will come down and completely screw us up if we only do 2 Sword Stance. So we're just, checking all of the boxes here, making sure we do everything we can do to keep all 5 Pokemon safe and sound. And the Ace Arcanine comes down. Blaine's Pride and Joy, the Intimidate is here, but the Slash comes down and it completely cuts down the Fire Dog. Beautiful stuff. We have rebounded completely. That's 7 gym badges, and the 4th attempt is finally underway. And then we head on over to Giovanni in the 8th and final gym here, focusing mainly on ground-type Pokemon, which is pretty fun. However, for Giovanni, this will not be fun, as we have Giga Drain on Violet from Violet Evergarden. The Venomoth coming in clutch here and completely decimates the first Rhino. Next up is going to be the Ace Rhyhorn. That is not a Rhydon, that is not a Rhyperior, and that is just another offering to the Venomoth. So Violet completely flexing here. However, the next Pokemon is going to be Dugtrio, and he's going to put up quite the fight here, as you can see, as we get a fadeaway critical. The triple Diglett special is deleted, and now we have a little bit more of an interesting dynamic with the Nidoking and Nidoqueen, given that poison typing. However, Psychic does massive damage. The Stab Earthquake comes down, does a good chunk off the top, but the level discrepancy is not doing Giovanni any favors as the Nidoqueen falls. The King is out here, and he wants to avenge his queen, but is he going to be able to do it as the Psychic connects and almost one-shots the big fella? Another Stab Earthquake comes down. This one's going to do a little bit more damage given Nidoking's attack stab, but Nidoking floating in the red is just going to be very vulnerable to another Psychic here as Violet drops back, comes down with the Psychic. It's not stab, but it is super effective. Nidoking holds on with 1 HP, gets another Hyper Potion from Giovanni, wanting to hold on to his final Pokemon. Another Psychic comes down, and it's going to high roll all the way to 1 HP once again, and a Psychic Fade, and that will do it. 8 gym badges secured, and now it's just the rival Victory Road in the Elite Four. Alrighty, time for another really action-packed fight. This is one of my favorites in the entire game here, as our rival has 6 Pokemon, is ready to go. The Pidgeot comes down, gets a stab, super effective wing attack off onto Bruno before we can sneak the Sleep Powder in there, but the key is we connected, and now we can get a safer swap into the rest of the team. We're leaning into Flash potentially, however, but notes to us, Pidgeot has Keen Eye, so that would not have worked. So I'm glad we were able to swap out. We get 1 Sword Stance down, and we're just going to take what we can get here as the wing attack comes down. Does no damage. We lean into a Steel Wing, seeing how much damage that does. And if Pidgeot had held on and wanted to get the heal, that means we could have got another Sword Stance. However, Growlithe comes in, cuts our attack to +1. We're still looking pretty good here, but Growlithe could absolutely mess us up since we're 4 times super effective to that fire, as we saw with the Arcanine or the Arcanine, depending on how you want to pronounce that. But we are risking the +1 wing attack as Growlithe is not an Arcanine, and we get a fadeaway critical hit that only leaves 4 Pokemon. The Rhyhorn comes down, is weak to our stab super effective Steel Wing. This is absolutely massive. The Rhino goes down, and we are still +1 attack. Really good stuff here. Only 3 Pokemon left. However, the Gyarados is going to equalize the scales here as we go to neutral attack, given another Intimidate. Having 2 Intimidate users on the same team is absolutely beautiful as we get a Sword Stance down. The Hydro Pump is here, and it's going to going to dodge our ridiculous physical defense, but Gyarados' special attack isn't anything to write home about as the Rain Dance comes in. So this is going to be an absolute slugfest. We got one Swords Dance. We're going to go for a Stab Wing attack. It does really good damage without a critical. However, a Hydro Pump in the rain brings us to 45 HP. Sanai drops back with the berry here. It's just an Orin though. We're floating at 55. We outspeed the Gyarados and take down the Sea Leviathan. What an absolute battle. The Alakazam comes down, and now I'm pretty confident that we do not outspeed the Wizard. This is a very tenuous situation, and it leans into the Disable. So we were absolutely free to swap. We were free to swap, and it goes for the Calm Mind buff, which is disgusting. We do not want to be in this situation. However, we connect on the Steel Wing, and we take down the Two-Spooned Buffoon. Beautiful stuff. Sanai stands strong in the wake of danger, and the Venusaur comes down, and now we can actually swap into a better option, and that's going to be Violet the Venomoth. Comes in on the growth here. Venusaur not having too much to offer in this situation as we drop back with a super effective Psychic. It does only a tiny bit of damage. However, we get the special defense drop, and this level 53 Venusaur is popping off with the growth. We just need another Psychic in here. Venusaur holds on with 1 or 2 HP and growths to the heavens, but you cannot fly if you die. Venusaur absolutely gets nuked. Our rival is dead, and now we just have Victory Road and the Elite Four. Let's go. And so there we were in Victory Road, just chilling, just making our way through, getting excited for the Elite Four and trying to formulate a strategy, a plan. And this guy, this Ace Trainer, just so happens to specialize in Fire-type Pokemon. The smoke screen comes down, we can't even get the attack off, and Bruno has not really missed any sleep powders this entire time. However, the smoke screen is enough to push us over the edge, and now Charmeleon is hungry. Charmeleon is in a position to sweep the entire team. The Flamethrower comes down and completely nukes Butterfree. That is 1 Pokemon down, 4 to go. And as you can see, we are in absolute trouble. So we pivot into Violet, hoping to one-shot with the Psychic. The Scary Face comes down. The Flamethrower is here. Does Violet hold on? And yes, she does, surprisingly. That is a huge level of discrepancy, and we're going to lean into that as we drop back with a Psychic. However, Rolando comes down, and that's a Charizard. That is an absolute Charizard. Violet dies, and at this point, I think the writing is on the wall as we have Petra 4 times weak to fire. We have Scizor 4 times weak to fire. So we go in for the last Pokemon that is not 4 times weak. We get a nice critical hit onto the Charizard with the secret power. We're going to need one more. However, we are slower now with the Scary Face combination. The Flamethrower comes down. We hold on with 41 HP secret power for the fade, and Charizard falls. That only leaves 2 Pokemon, and now we're switching over to grass types with the Ivysaur, so we can actually potentially get in there and win this battle. So we pivot to Sanai, basically our ace in the hole, but the sleep powder comes down, so we're gonna have to shake that off. The evasiveness falls with the sweet scent, no problem there. We're gonna lean into the super effective wing attack. We tank the Razor Leaf, no problem with a 4 times not very effective slant. The wing attack comes in and pimp slaps a beautiful middle evolution. The final Pokemon here is going to be the War Turtle. So this Ace Trainer actually had a little bit of everything going for him as far as starters are concerned. The tail whip comes down, it's not gonna do too much. On top of a wing attack, the water gun is here, doesn't even capitalize on the tail whip. However, the Hyper Potion comes down and we drop back with another wing attack. War Turtle just chilling for the moment, but the damage is absolutely done. We only have 3 Pokemon left. Can we beat the Elite Four with 3 Pokemon? I guess we're gonna find out. As far as Lorelei goes, if we can get against the Cloyster, who only has damaging moves in Hail and Dive, we can absolutely set up with the Parasect and then sweep potentially, but we will have to see here. We will have to see. First things first, we have to clear this Dugong. So hopefully this is half damage, and it absolutely is. That's beautiful. We're going to have to tank the Hail, but I really just needed that to be a 2-shot because I am terrified of Ice Beam. If you saw the last time we were here with our Kingdra and the randomizer, Dugong absolutely had its way with us, and there is the Slowbro. Okay, Slowbro is a little bit scarier, has Stab Surf, has Ice Beam, has Amnesia, and has Yawn. We have a super effective Stab Twin Needle, which could be massive. If we get crit, I think we lose Beedrill right here, right now, but I'm going all in. I'm going all in. That does no damage, given Slowbro's bulk, but we do get the critical hit on the second one. The Surf comes down. This might kill. This might kill, and it's a crit with 8 HP. Do we live with 1? Do we live with 1? Hail. Oh my god, it's enough damage. We've already lost 1 out of 3 Pokemon. This is it, dude. We have 2 Pokemon to beat the entire Elite Four with. I'm pretty confident that's in heal range, so I'm gonna go Swords Dance. Absolutely. We should be faster than a Slowbro. I do believe so. And now it's probably gonna go for Yawn, Ice Beam, or Surf. The hail comes down. We are on a little bit of a timer here. I think we'll roll it anyway. If we attack more, we'll have crit chance. Oh my god, it's not enough. But thankfully, Slowbro goes for Amnesia, so we are not special. That's going to give us a chance to do one more Swords Dance, and he goes Ice Beam. Okay, this is going to do a lot of damage. We just have to tank. Okay, now we're good. We're going to clear the Slowbro, and if we could just get the Cloyster, okay. Since we already have 2 Swords Dance, we're just going to go ahead and go all in with Sanai here. There is the Hail. We're going to have to contend with that. And now let's see here. I'm pretty sure we're faster than Lapras and Cloyster. But if not, we might die. So I'm going to predict. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So we predict the Protect, get the Agility for free, and now we can absolutely sweep. The Hail's going to be a little bit annoying, and we're going to all or nothing here. This is going to be neutral damage, so we want to go Stealing because it is stab. Now it does have a tiny chance of missing. We got to watch out for that. Maybe a defense bump would be really nice as well. There's Lapras, and this is it. If we miss Steel Wing, it's all over. If we land, we have a moment. We have a chance. We land Sanai from downtown, the Scizor coming in clutch here, +6 attack. Beautiful with 65 HP. And now Jinx is paper thin defensive-wise, so we can actually just go with a weaker wing attack. We got the agility, and we will outspeed. This should kill no problem, absolutely. So 2 Pokemon, and we have 3 more members of the Elite Four and the champion. This is looking really bad, but there's a glimmer. There is an absolute glimmer of hope. We just really need this to go smoothly. We can't really make a mistake at this point because we only have 2 Pokemon left. Now, if we lose anybody at any point here, we lose the run. But if we have these 2, we potentially can take on the world. With that being said, if we can go first, okay, we do not. We do have the Quick Claw to help us out with that, but we sidestep the Iron Tail, which is beautiful, and now we can get growths going in. If Petra hits +6 and then just goes ham with Giga Drain, I think we can one-shot all of the fighting types. So we are +2. Onix sleeping on the job. There is the Rock Tomb. Okay, no criticals would be glory. No crits would be glory. And there's an Iron Tail. How much damage are we talking? Okay, no, hardly any damage, but we do lose our defense. So really, we just need a +6. That would be really nice here. It might go into Onix. It probably won't go into the other Onix. But as you can see, the Quick Claw is popping. It's Gen 3, though, so it doesn't let you know. But we keep going first, so that's how we do know. And that is +5. And we are going to heal so much off of this. We got +6. This Giga Drain is... Oh, we got clutched. Oh, we got clutched so hard. I forgot about the roar. Okay. Let's see. Well, we're a little bit scared. We're scared of crits. I'm gonna go for Swords Dance. Let's see how much damage. This is Stab Earthquake. Oh my god, that does no damage. Onix, what are you doing, brother? No crit, please. No crit. Oh my god, let's go. Let's go with a Stab Super Effective Steel Wing +4. This Onix is gone. And we're okay. Sanai's coming in here. We are okay. Hitmonchan comes down, but as we saw, we have Wing Attack, which is super effective, and it's +4 attack. So Hitmonchan is gone. Hitmonlee should be gone. And I'm pretty sure the Machamp is gone at +4. If anybody's holding on, it will be the big fella himself. Does he hold from a +4 wing attack? He absolutely does not. And Scizor salvages this fight out of nowhere. Drop back, give me the stealing. As long as we don't get one-shot crit from an Earthquake, we do not. And beautiful stuff. Scizor, show me what you are working with. Great job. And now we're on to Agatha. So Gengar comes down and she likes her double team, but we have Quick Claw, so maybe we could go first. If we land this Spore, oh my goodness, we absolutely do. And that should buy us at least one turn here as we swap into Scizor. And there she is, fast asleep. And now I want agility. Oh, that is unfortunate. Gengar wakes up here, but I just want to be faster than the Gengar. Now, I'm pretty sure we are, and I'm going for the Swords Dance. We have a Confusion Berry, so the moment the Confusion comes down, we have to attack, basically, because if we hurt ourselves with that Swords Dance, we are in so much trouble. So we need to go aerial ace as well because Steel Wing will probably miss. And beautiful, Gengar didn't go for another confuse, right? That was the scariest part, is if we hurt ourselves in confusion, since our steel typing provides us that poison immunity. However, Golbat also has confuse ray. So I really want to get another Swords Dance in, but she's probably just going to go confuse ray. So I think we all in on a +2 stab. Steel Wing, if this lands, we might be able to clear Golbat. We might not, though. She might hold on, and it absolutely clears. That is huge. That is huge, as that was the last confuse ray option. I think we'll go aerial ace then. Oh my gosh, we're good to go. We are good to go. I don't remember if curse stays even if you clear the Haunter. So a lot is riding on this Steel Wing, and Sinai drops back with a stab super. It's not super effective, just a stab stealing +2 boosted though from the Swords Dance, and that is enough. The Arbok comes down, we drop to +1 attack. I'm willing to just go for a Steel Wing. It's only +1. This probably won't kill, but it should get us into prime position. Absolutely. Arbok hits us with a Screech. I'm gonna go for one more Swords Dance, and now this Steel Wing should absolutely finish off Agatha. Come on, Sinai, show me what you're working with. Absolutely. Drop back with the stab stealing, +3 attack. Agatha is defeated, and with just Parasect and Scizor, we literally have Lance and our rival left. Can we do this? Can we do this? As long as Gyarados doesn't get consecutive crits, we should be able to set up with the Scizor and just get a really clean sweep. So let's drop back with a Spore. We're going to have to tank 40 right there, but we do get the Spore, and we get it second. So Gyarados is going to have to sleep here, I'm pretty sure. Gyarados might be able to wake up on the swap. But either way, we get the Spore down, potentially getting up to 3 turns of the Sea Leviathan sleeping. And I think we just get 1 agility, and I like to be faster. I like to know what's going on. I don't know if we outspeed the Aerodactyl now, but I think it's okay. I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and get a Swords Dance. Let's see if Gyarados is still sleeping. Gyarados wakes up, goes for the Dragon Rage. Okay, we are on a timer now. There goes 40. We have 2 Swords Dance. And there's another Dragon Rage. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So we are +2 speed, +4 attack. If Aerial Ace doesn't kill, we can do 1 more Swords Dance. If Aerial Ace does not kill, we can do 1 more. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect, because now Lance is going to heal. Yes, that is beautiful. Get the full restore. So not only do we take a full restore off the table, Gyarados used Bite as well, which saved us some damage. Now this Aerial Ace will kill. Now that does make me a little bit nervous that Aerial Ace won't be able to kill someone else. All or nothing. We're faster, and Sinai lands a stealing that is super effective, +6 on top of stab. And I do believe we may have just beaten Lance. I'm confident that Steel Wing will kill though, so I'm going for the 10% mischance, and we land. Oh my gosh, we absolutely land, and Dragonite goes down. The big huggable giant goes down. And that just leaves Dragonair, who I'm pretty sure cannot live a +6 Aerial Ace. And that is correct. Beautiful stuff. That way we don't have to risk the mischance. And I think the same thing for this one, unless that was a high roll. Same exact thing. Lance is defeated. We are clearing the entire Elite Four with 2 Pokemon. And now it's a 2v6 for the win. Oh my gosh. Let's see what happens. The champion comes down, sends out the Pidgeot. We're going all in for a Quick Claw Spore, and we don't get it. The Aerial Ace comes down, and it almost one-shots, but we get the Spore off. 36 HP and a Dream. We're going to pivot into Sinai, get our Ace in there, our MVP. The Pidgeot is sleeping on the job, and now I believe we go for the Attract. Let's just lock it down. There's the Sand Attack. That's also an issue, so now we're going to be contending with a mischance on every single return. So these attracts are really going to have to pay off. We're going to get 1 agility. The Immobilized by Love is there. The Attract already paying dividends. So there we are 1 Swords Dance. We need 2 more Swords Dance. No Sand Attacks, please. There's the Feather Dance. Okay. So we're back to 0. Really need this Attract to pay off. We're already -1 in accuracy. I'd really like it if you just used Aerial Ace. There is the Attract paying off. If we can squeak out 1 more Swords Dance, Pidgeot, please have mercy. There's a double Sand Attack, and we can't do anything about it because Parasect's already dead. So we need to get through. Yes, okay. If we miss return on the Arcanine, we lose. We lose the game. So we're going to have to clutch. We are going to have to clutch this right here, right now. The Pidgeot falls, and this is the game. This is the game. If this return lands, this is the most important move of the entire run. Sinai, are you a champion? Are you a champion? Yes, you are. Absolutely. Thank the Lord. Does that one shot? It does. Okay. I think we've got this. That was so nerve-wracking. We're good to go. And Sinai's like, bro, I don't care. I got some sand in my eye. I've got this. I am the Scizor. I am the reason. There goes 3. We got 3 more. Now, Rhydon's interesting because of that rock typing. This is going to be cut in half, but we're still hitting like a truck, and we still connect through the sand attack. Does this one-shot a Rhydon, though? No, it doesn't, but a pretty clean 2-shot, unless it's going to be right there. Let's see here. I'm actually going to go for an attract because I don't think this is going to kill. I don't think this is going to kill, so let's help ourselves out here. Let's play this. Okay, double Scary Face. So we are -2 now because he got rid of 1 agility. We're going to get back in there. Look at that. We're even slower. There's the Earthquake. No crit, no crit. Oh my god, it crit. Oh my god, it crit. Oh my god, the Citrus for Reprieve. Okay, we can't play around. This has to kill. This has to. Oh my god. Please, God, no. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, so we're slower again. And now we're going to be... Okay, wait a second. Yeah, Petra can't live. Look at that, 36 HP. 36 HP in a dream. We still have the attract, but now we're slower. We are so slow. That means Alakazam can kill us. That means Gyarados can kill us. We really need to get that speed proc back. No, because we're going to have to get 2 agilities in just to outspeed those guys. We're going to have to risk it. And this can't kill. Please don't crit. Oh my god. Okay, the attract comes down. Oh, this Rhydon has done so much damage. Okay, it's going to get the heal, so now we can squeak an agility in, thankfully. Okay. Oh my god, this Rhydon's clutching. And I'd like to get 1 more so we do outspeed, but that could be fatal. I'm going in. We need to outspeed the Gyarados and Alakazam. We have to. And oh my god, this attract. Can we return? Oh boy. Oh boy. Scary Face. Okay. We're back to normal. We are back to normal. Oh god. Maybe a crit. We need to get damage. Oh, this is so bad, dude. Another Scary Face, and we're back into the same position now. We can't. Oh my god, if he crits another Earthquake, it's all over. This is nerve-wracking. Let's get 1 more agility. Now, Scary Face does have a miss chance, which is really clutch. I think as long as we're super fast, he's going to go for that Scary Face. So we're going to max out speed to force the Rhydon to keep going for Scary Face. And the Immobilized by Love, the Scizor, is an absolute stud. She is killing this. We get Rhydon to half, please. Immobilized. Okay, misses another Scary Face. Sinai does not care, and another return comes down. Okay, we are faster now. We are faster, and we 2-tap. Oh my god. The last second clutch, the Gyarados come down with the Intimidate. I think a +4 return is still enough. The only problem is this has to land. If we miss, it's all over. I feel like the scared play is to go attract again. But sometimes you just gotta be a man. Drop that, give me the return. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. That's potentially game. But I mean, if it broke through the attract, it doesn't matter. This is it. Because that Alakazam is, I think Alakazam kills with a Psychic, but we are faster. Kill. Oh my god, we lost the game. Hold on, with 1 HP. Oh my god, we lost. Unless Quick Claw pops. Petra, please. Petra, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in real quick. You were in the squadron with Captain Levi. You were there. You saw everyone getting slaughtered by Annie, but you cared about Levi, and you know something? Levi cared about you. Oh, my heart just got ripped into. I should have attracted. Oh, I should have attracted. Oh, no. Oh, we lose with Gyarados and Alakazam left. Oh, my gosh. We wipe with... Oh, it just... The words are gone. Oh, that's pain. That is so painful. I thought we had it. That double sand attack from the Pidgeot was God mode. And that crit from the Rhydon was also God mode. Yeah, just, again, that's why only 2 Pokemon, there's only so much you can do. This is the 5th attempt. We're coming off of a brutal loss to the champion in our 4th attempt, and I'm trying to speed run this thing. We slapped the continental nicknames down. We've got Africa, we've got America, and I'm just going so fast. I'm just trying to get back to the Elite Four. I don't even teach America our Beedrill here, either Secret Power or Brick Break, so that Pidgeot takes forever, or Pidgeotto takes forever to go down. Kadabra comes out, and I just completely disrespect my rival on the SS and he absolutely destroys me for it. So 5th attempt is an absolute wash. We're going to have to play a lot smarter than that to get back to the Elite Four. Oh, no. Well, as far as the 6th attempt goes, we did play this a lot smarter. I was a lot safer in the rival battle, so we beat the rival fight in SSN. We make it to Lieutenant Surge for that 6th gym badge, and we're struggling a little bit against his first 2 Pokemon in the Voltorb and Pikachu. And as you can see, the double team Daydream is in full effect, and Pochita, our Parasect, is really struggling. Can the Chainsaw Man nicknames bring us through? And right now, no. The answer is a resounding no, as Parasect cannot land a gosh darn dig to save our life here, and Pikachu is just firing away, but we finally connect on the Twin Needle. However, Makima is paralyzed. Can Beedrill see through this all? We're going to go for a Hail Mary Poison Sting to get the poison ticking away. The Raichu with 3 double teams, make it 4 double teams. The Poison Sting comes down, but it dodges the poison, and now 5 double teams later, and this Raichu is absolute god mode. So we're going to swap back into the Parasect. The Shockwave comes down, has 100% accuracy. The Thunder Wave is here. We dig under the ground, but we are struggling, and there is the 6th and final double team. Raichu's evasiveness is maxed out and gets poisoned, but Surge comes in with a full heal, and our whole strat is completely gone as we get nuked with a Shockwave critical. We're still paralyzed. We can't do anything, and the run is absolutely gone. The only one we have left is Power. By the power invested in me, the Butterfree comes down. The Shockwave is here. 2 HP in a drain. We get a heal with the Aura Berry, the Sleep Powder, but we can't because we're all paralyzed and bleeding out. The Quick Attack comes down. Raichu fades. Pochita's back out to the front line. Another Quick Attack snipe, and you are gone. Beedrill is here. 1 more Shockwave, and there goes the 6th attempt. Good God. Okay, 7th attempt. We brought it back to the basics. We just went with our ABCs for the nickname. We tanked the crit, no problem. But Butterfree completely leads the charge here against our rival on SS and we take this nice and easy. We get our confusion back. We're going to put this Ivysaur down, but the Sleep Powders keep coming in here. And we are going to walk over to Lieutenant Surge in Vermilion City. We're going to be respectful. We're going to land our digs. We're not going to let the double team get out of hand. And then we're going to be on our way back to the Elite Four, please. And as we can see here, our Parasect leads the charge, gets the dig off, takes down the Voltorb, takes down the Pikachu, the Ace Raichu comes down, a little bit of Super Potion for the diet, and we completely snipe the Chubby Mouse, and we don't have to worry about a disaster. This is the 7th attempt. We've got this. We go ahead and beat the 4th, 5th, 6th gyms, as well as our rival fights and Team Rocket Giovanni, everything going smoothly here. And that brings us back to Blaine, basically the gatekeeper of this run. We get the Rain Dance down, we get the flashes, we get the Sleep Powder, all opening the door for the Scissor, as we've done before, be sidestepping the Fire Blast. Beautiful stuff there. The rain continues to fall, everything you'd want it to be. And now Scizor can come in, just like last time, and completely clean up shop as we eat the final Fire Blast with 17 HP and a Dream. X comes in. She's going to give it to you. Growlithe gets attracted so we can have a less chance of getting growled out of here. No problem. Get the agility. Get the Swords Dance. Check all the boxes here. We want to be as smart and as calculated as possible. The Ponyta comes down, is gone. The Rapidash is here to stay. You got 1 more Pokemon in the Ace Arcanine, and it is gone as well. Blaine is defeated, and now we are on our way to the Elite Four once again. And this is where we got burned before, literally, and we are just going to make sure we dodge this Ace Trainer with the Charmeleon and the Charizard. We make it out scot-free, and that means we're going to have 5 Pokemon for the Elite Four. Let's do this thing, man. All right, with the full team of 5, I'm excited. I'm ready for this. I think we have so many more options, so many more tools at our disposal to use against the enemy here. So Lorelei, you took Beedrill last time, but I think we've got this. We've got strength in numbers here as the Dugong comes down. We have a super effective Giga Drain that doesn't do very much damage, but I think we'll be okay as we can heal back. On top of that, Dugong goes for a Safeguard in the Hailstorm, so no problem. We pivot to a Psychic, hopefully getting a special defense drop. A big Ice Beam comes down. We tank that, no problem, but now we're in a better range to get the Giga Drain, but it's not enough to kill as we live with about 79 HP. The Dugong goes down. The Slowbro is here and does have access to Psychic, I do believe, but it might not. It goes for the Surf instead. We tank the Surf here, neutral pivot, really good, or not very effective, I should say. We get the Spore as well, which is huge. We're going to go in for the growth into Giga Drain, so that special attack is buffed, giving us more damage and more healing. However, the Jinx comes down, and now I think we can either stay in and roll it as it beats us to the Sleep Punch here. It gets the Lovely Kiss in before we can get the Spore, and we almost die to an Ice Punch, completely underestimating the Jinx here, but we live to fight another day, and we pivot into X Scizor, who can tank that much better with the Swords Dance on top as well. Another Lovely Kiss comes down, and Jinx is absolutely feeling herself as we fade with the return on the Swords Dance boost. We get a little bit cheeky for another Swords Dance. We max out our attack against the Cloyster, and we don't see through the Protect, so it gets another Hail Chip, but it goes for the double down Protect, and it fails on the second. However, we outspeed him with a +6 return. That Lapras is gone. Lorelei pushing us to the brink, but we clear it without losing anybody. All right, that fight was way more messy than I intended it to be, so hopefully Bruno can go down much quicker and much easier. So Hitmonchan comes down after the Onix. We almost one-shot the Rock Tomb in response. It's going to get the heal with the full restore there. We drop back with another Psychic, and we still outspeed, which is glorious. However, the Machamp comes down, and we fade off with another Psychic. The bulk up is here, the Citrus as well. Will the Psychic snipe? And yes, it will. V from downtown. Let's go. Hitmonlee is here, gets a massive Mega Kick, and we drop to the red again. We are risking these for no reason. We are completely flexing, though. We will take it. We are not being punished. The Earthquake comes down, and X completely shrugs that off. The Scizor is our ace, and she is leading the charge as another Earthquake comes down, and we are setting up on the Onix. Do we even need to, though? Because, oh, we do, because we don't have Steel Wing this time. We just have the return, so we are getting through that rock typing. No problem there. Bruno goes down. I just thought it was more disrespect, but we are good to go. We're ready for Agatha. All right, so against Agatha, we're going to lead with V again here and see what he can do. As the Psychic comes down, we tank the Confuse Ray, and now the full restore is here from Agatha. We break through with another Psychic, beautiful stuff, and we snap out of Confusion on the second turn, which is absolutely glorious. Get another Psychic in there, but the super effective Stab Air Cutter comes down. We tank that, no problem, and the Haunter is here, and V wants it all. V did not make it to the Elite Four, and he is making up for lost time here as the Gengar eats another Psychic, and these Psychics are straight bow and arrows getting shot across the battlefield. This is absolutely insane. The full restore comes down, the special defense is there, but we have no more Psychic power points, so V doesn't care. V goes in for the Giga Drain and one-man armies Agatha. What is this? All right, we've got the Stretcher, we've got the Ice Bath for V, the Venomoth here. We're going to let him chill in the back, so we send out B, our Butterfree, get that Compound Eyes in there. We got the Sleep Powder Flash Play that we've used throughout the run. The Bite comes down, no problem here. We're about 98 HP, getting more flashes down. We are just paving the way for the Scizor. As you do, and the Hyper Beam comes down. Gyarados comes down with a Hyper Beam and snipes Butterfree out of the sky, and we absolutely lose our cute and cuddly little Butterfly. Unbelievable stuff. X now has a vendetta against Lance and is going to avenge her friend here as we get the Swords Dance and Agility in. And with this return, I don't think Lance has anything to do against this as the Wing Attack comes down. Aerodactyl cannot even live that, even though it's not very effective. Another +6 return. The Dragonite is gone. The Dragonair follows suit, and the final Dragonair is deleted into the next dimension. That only leaves the champion Butterfree. This one is on me. All right, the 7th and hopefully final attempt leads us to the champion fight once again, where we blew it all last time, and let's see if we can bring it back. Butterfree dropping is really pivotal here, as that Sleep Powder would have been amazing, so we get V out of the back here, and we outspeed with the Sleep Powder, which is absolutely beautiful. So Pidgeot is asleep. We gotta watch out for those sand attacks, as they absolutely destroyed us last time, and we go for the Flash, but I completely forget that Pidgeot has keen eyes, so an absolute new play there, as we are just gonna Giga Drain to buy us some time here to get another Sleep Powder off. So I completely fumbled the bag here, thinking we could get the Flash strats in, and we're just gonna have to rely on that attract stat again, or the attract play, so Pidgeot cannot land those sand attacks. So we get another cheeky Giga Drain. We want the Pidgeot to wake up, goes for the Aerial Ace. We tank that not too well, but we are gonna risk it all here, and we do land the other Sleep Powder. So V doing what B was going to do, avenging the Butterfree here, and now we're gonna get Scizor in there, and this time we have a couple more Pokemon just in case things go terribly wrong. So we go in for the attract. Pidgeot is sleeping. If the Pigeon could just sleep for a few turns so we can get our full stat boost in there. It would be glorious. Now it does outspeed, but the attract spell comes down and it goes for an aerial ace, which is exactly what we wanted. We don't want the sand attack, we don't want the feather dance, and we especially don't want the whirlwind, because then X is going to get thrown out for someone else. The immobilized by love comes down. Pidgeot is struggling to see past his attraction to X here. Our Scizor, she is doing work. It's another Swords Dance in, and we are on the brink. We are ready to sweep. The whirlwind comes down, but it fails because you've got nothing. You absolutely have nothing on us. X drops back with the return, +6, and we are good to go. We got +2 speed, +5 attack now that the Intimidate comes down, but our K9 is absolutely gone. The return connects, and now we just got to watch out for that Rhyhorn this time. Or Rhydon, I should say, as the Venusaur is here, is just a parting gift, one of the best starters I've ever seen, but right now, he just needs to go. And that only leaves 3 Pokemon. The Rhydon is here. He absolutely shish kebabbed us last time with a critical hit. Earthquake, we drop back with the return. Rhydon's probably going to go for a Scary Face, and that is exactly what he does, but we still outspeed, and that does more damage, and we are good to go unless this completely low rolls, and it does not. We take down the Rhinoceros, so now we are potentially slower than the Gyarados, but I think we're okay. The Intimidate comes down. We are still +4, and we do outspeed given that level 63. Let's go. X drops back with the +4 return, and Gyarados is gone. That only leaves the Alakazam. We do get outsped. Do we hold on from the Psychic? We absolutely do with the Steel typing. Resisting Alakazam with your spoons. You can take them and give us the championship. Let's go. We finally did it. Only using bug types. Pokemon Fire Red, the Scizor takes it all. Let's go. I am sorry, Butterfree, but everyone else banded together and we made it through. Oh my gosh, what a relief. What a success. I will definitely take it. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.